Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. The weekend is upon us, and I hope that everybody's day is going really well so far. Today, I wanted to talk about my recent trip to Costa Rica and the power of the festival that I attended for the second year now, and just the magic of the flow of energy that this place carries through people living authentically. And just to lay this disclaimer at the beginning of the video, nothing I can say or put into words will ever do justice the beauty and the transformational power of this festival. And if you've known me for any period of time outside of the digital world, you would definitely second everything that I say as far as the transformational power that this beautiful festival and these beautiful souls can really bring into your life if you're open to it. So last year, as many of you know, was my first trip to Costa Rica to see a good friend of mine, James, that lives down there, and also to attend this festival called the Envision Fest, or the Envision Festival. And knowing me with a military and police background, never been to a festival, I was a total fish out of water last year, and I felt it the first day. And someone felt it when they saw me, and they made a point to come to me and kind of work their magic and ran me through some breathing techniques and just really put my mind at ease as I was like questioning everything that I had decided to do up to this point. And, it was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing here? You're a fish out of water. This is not your cup of tea. These are not your type of people that you would hang out with, and just judgment after judgment after judgment from the ego. And I really lived from the ego before I really started to dive in and open up through attending this festival and meeting so many beautiful people from all over the world. And when I say beautiful people, I don't mean physical beauty. I mean, these people have such beautiful souls and are so authentic and so transparent in the way they live their life. It really creates such a beautiful space for you to step into your own light and to shine your own light and just be yourself. And so last year, I was blown open the first day by this complete stranger that took their time to go out of their way and recognize how uncomfortable I was. And I just had the most incredible time of my life with my friends after that. And it just blew my heart and my mind completely open. And it allowed me to really see the true beauty of life and living authentically without judgment or fear of judgment. And so after last year, a lot of things started to change in my life. I started to lead from heart center and get away from the toxic masculinity that I carried around through competition and through the military and through the ego. And I really started to dive within with my meditative practices, and it really changed my whole trajectory in life, and I'm so grateful for that. And I know the ones around me, including my children, are grateful for that, because I've always been a good father, but I was a father in a different sense. I pushed and I pushed, and you've got to be the best, you've got to be the best, you've got to do this, you got to do this, instead of allowing them to walk their own path. And I feel like in at least in the United States, a lot of parents do that. You see it all the time, parents living vicariously through their children and pushing their children down paths that their children have no desire to go down, and it just creates this repetitive cycle of people being lost of who they really are. And when you start to see the truth and all of that, man, it's really heartbreaking. And you know, these past few weeks, you know, before I made a decision to head back to Costa Rica, I was going through some really heavy times with close loved ones, and you know, I almost decided not to go, but I knew spiritually that I needed to put in the self-work, and I needed to be selfish for a moment to fill my cup. That way, you know, I can bring a full cup of love and light and overflowing abundance of unconditional love back with me. And so this year's experience was very different for me, and this year's trip brought a lot of heavy emotion, and it was really beautiful to go down there and really be able to release. And you know, I spent a lot of my time alone and crying and shedding old self and old programs that I had come to believe for 30 plus years, that you know, these things no longer served me, and those things are extremely painful to let go of. And what's even more tough than letting go of old programs and shedding old self is the realization of the damage that old self and the damage that the ego and the old self has created to those around me, or for those around me. And that is one thing that I took this trip to release within myself, is that harsh criticism of my old ways within myself, you know, because that shit is hard to carry around, and it's necessary. Another necessary shedding is to let go of that guilt. So once you're aware of old self and ego driven self, and you start to transform and lead from heart center and become a more divinely driven human being and soul driven being, the next step is to forgive old self, and for you to let go of those heavy bags that you carry of guilt and shame, of you know, what you thought you were doing. You know, you thought you were doing your best, and I was doing my best, but from an ignorant standpoint. And you know, I have come to understand that, you know, that's not my fault. You know, it's part of my path, and it's part of evolving, and it's part of becoming the best version of myself, is the awareness of things that don't serve me and my greatest good and my family's greatest good. So, you know, I've had so many discussions with people. You know, I met a lot of people the first time at Envision this year, so it was like my experience from last year, just seeing people blown wide open by this unconditional love and acceptance of who you truly are. And people, there are no strangers at this festival. You know, everybody loves unconditionally, and everybody accepts unconditionally, and it's such a beautiful, powerful thing to see people step up and I am enough, and I am the light. And it's so beautiful. You know, this year's role for me was more shedding and more of the observer role, of seeing people step into that power within themselves. And it is so beautiful. I think every human being on this earth should experience this unconditional divine flow of love that this place has to offer, because, you know, not only is it beautiful accepting loving people that accept you for who you are, good, bad, or indifferent, and help you try to see the best version of yourself, but the power of the ocean and the power of the jungle meet and the energy flow is just unreal. And it just, you tune back into the universal vibration of things, and it allows you to step into that light that you hold within, that God, that divine light, that unlimited potential that you hold within yourself, and that nobody can stop. So I encourage you, look into it. And you know, no videos, no words, no labels, no anything will do this place justice. It's something that you have to experience. You know, something that was really beautiful and really reaffirming when I think it was the first night I was down there, and you know, hanging out with my friends and whatnot, I ran into 3 of you beautiful people that actually have seen my videos digitally on YouTube or on Facebook, and I had never talked to before. And within a 10-minute window, I met 3 people that came up to me and said, "Oh, are you Chad from Ohio? You make videos?" Unbelievable. Excuse me. Not unbelievable. Very believable. And just so divinely guided to be in that moment, for that happening to occur. All these people are coming to me and saying, "Hey, you're on the right path. I've seen your videos. You inspire me. You blah, 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 blah," whatever. And it was just so empowering, and I could just feel my body start to just be overwhelmed with this love and beautiful feeling, and just really washed away a lot of the heavy baggage that I took down there to unload, you know, because this place is a place where you can take all that heavy baggage from your day-to-day life, and you can take it down there, and you can start to unload, and you can ask Mother Earth to take this heavy baggage and these stressors and these things that are weighing you down from your daily life and the daily grind of working a 9 to 5, or having whatever your situation may be that is weighing you down at the moment. You can start to unload these, and these people will there to greet you and take that baggage from you, and Mother Earth will take the baggage from you, with the ocean washing away all impurities, and the jungle just tuning you into that vibration of the animals and the plants and the trees. And the only way I can really describe this place and is magic. This place is truly magic. It is really like a fairy tale. Thank you all so much. All the people that I interacted with, all the people that I'm going to interact with, all the people that are watching this video. Thank you. I am so grateful for the life that I have, and so grateful for the opportunity to evolve, and so grateful for the opportunity to take my bags off of my shoulders in this beautiful location and start to refill those bags with unconditional love and light from the environment and the beautiful souls around. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you are finding peace and love in your life. And I hope that whatever it is that is troubling you, that you hold on to the fact that nothing lasts forever and brighter days are ahead. I promise you that. So let go of the things that no longer serve you. Let go of the things that you've been carrying around that you judge yourself for. And just love yourself unconditionally, because you are enough, and you are such a beautiful, divine soul. So, happy Friday. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys very soon.